Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name, after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
All right, we are ready to get started with our weight class today. So all the exercises we're doing today can be done seated or standing. I like the seated version, so I'm using a chair today. We're also doing a band workout. So you're gonna want one long band and one mini looping band. If you have it, just the long band would work too. To be honest, probably just the looping band would work if that's what you got. So either way, we're gonna set those to the side for a moment and start with our usual warm-up. Sitting nice and tall on the edge of your chair. Start side to side. Bring in your arms. Put your hands tap against your body. Starting to wake everything up through your back and your shoulders, your ribs, your legs. More to each side. And then coming back to center, moving into our big side bend. And then our forward reaches. Beautiful, and then bringing it back to center, moving into our marches. Maybe add in the swing of the legs, the swing of the leg, the swing of the arms. You know what I mean. Still keeping that whole body moving, waking everything up. A couple more here. And then feet planted. You're going to start switching your knees a little bit side to side. Just checking in. Again, waking things up. And if that feels good, you might want to bring your feet out a little further. Twist a little more side to side. Maybe even add a little roll up onto the hips. That will depend on what kind of feet you're sitting on. Two more. And then bringing everything back to center. Rotate those wrists and ankles. And go the other way. And then give the fingers and toes a little wiggle. And we're ready to get started. So our first exercise today is going to be a banded deadlift. So you're going to want your long band if you have one. And you're going to put it flat under your feet. And you want to be able to reach it fairly low because you want that resistance as you're coming up, just like you would if you were doing a dumbbell or a barbell deadlift. From here, pulling up, and then just coming right back down. The standing version, same thing. You're just standing all the way up to do it. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Pushing down into your heels and the balls of your feet. That keeps your legs active. And you're still using your muscles in your back, a little bit in your shoulders, mostly in your back and your legs though. Beautiful, looking good. Seconds to go. You got this. If you feel like it's a little too hard, bring your hands up a little on the resistance band, or vice versa if it's too easy, bring your hands down a little bit. The tighter you hold that resistance band, the more resistance you get. And time. Leave that band under your feet. Our next one is going to be a bent over fly. So instead of having them in the same side hand, you're just going to switch your hand grip so that the band crosses in the middle. And then in that nice 45-degree back position, still pushing firmly into the floor, You're just flying it out. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Looking good. Nice straight back. Beautiful. Still pushing down into your heels and the balls of your feet. And of course you can do this one standing as well. Perfect. Over halfway there already. Keep breathing. Nice and steady. Almost there. Time. All right, from here, we're going to do a tricep press around the world. So, for me, I have a little loop tied in the end of my long band, and I'm going to use that to put my hand in. My other hand is going to hold the band up against my shoulder. And you can do this with a looping band as well. It works just the same. So it really depends on your reach and how far you want to be able to pull. And you're just going to press down and then kind of walk it up and then walk it back down. We're going to do 1 minute on this side. Here we go. Pressing down, and you want to make sure you're firmly seated on your palms so you're not straining your fingers or your wrists. And your palm is facing the direction that you're pushing. You're really working that tricep muscle from a lot of different angles. You may notice that I'm not at the exact same angle every time. That's okay. As long as you're still going, you're good. "15 seconds to go." You may feel this in your bicep and your shoulder as well. But I'd be willing to bet that tomorrow you're definitely going to feel it in your tricep. Time. All right, shake those arms out. And then we got to switch sides. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. And again, you could choke up or choke down on that resistance band. Change how much resistance you're actually getting. Beautiful, just like the hands of a clock. Yep, they went both directions. Perfect. 10 seconds to go. Time. Still breathing. From here, we're going to do the band in both hands. So we get nice and tall. You're going to apply a little tension here. And you're going to raise it up. Twist to one side. Twist to the other side. Lower it back down, keeping tension on the band the whole time. 1 minute. Let's do it. Up, twist, twist, down, and then back up. You want to feel your shoulder blades pulling apart as you're reaching out, keeping a nice strong back. A lot of arm work, shoulder work, back and core. Lots of stuff going on here. pushing down into the floor. You're almost there. You got 5 seconds to go. All right. Go ahead and finish out both sides. Just make sure you're nice and even. And then from here, you know what? I forgot the looping band on that last one. We'll do that next round. You're going to take the looping band right now and put it around just your feet. And your feet are just going to be doing a nice seated march. But with that resistance band, it's really going to fire up a lot of muscles. Then you're going to take your long band, if you have both, and you're pulling back like a row. So march and row, march and row. All right, here we go. Nice wide row. We're really doing a lot with the back today. But of course, when you work your back, you're working your core as well, and your shoulders and your arms, because they're all connected. I think we all learned a song about that. The hip bone's connected to the thigh bone. I don't remember the rest of the song. I just remember that everything's connected. Over halfway there. "15 seconds to go. You got it." Nice wide row, pulling the elbows back. Beautiful. And time. Whew, that was a tough one, but we are having some technical difficulties. Grab some water and let me see if I can fix that video. Not sure what that was about, but I think we're back now. My apologies. Hopefully you had plenty of time to get some water. Let's get ready for round number 2. All right, so we are going to take our resistance band, get back in position for that deadlift. Again, seated or standing, up to you. 1 minute. Here we go. Beautiful. Keep going. Almost halfway there. Ten seconds to go. You got this. Time. All right, keeping the band down under your feet and then switching your grip for those slides. Making sure you're sitting nice and tall at the edge of your chair. Long back. And then here we go. Beautiful. This particular version of this exercise works your chest and your shoulders and your back and even your legs, because you're pressing down to hold that band still on the floor. Keeping those legs nice and up. Halfway done. Still breathing. Moving nice and steady. Five more seconds. Time. Beautiful. All right, getting in position for that tricep exercise. 1 minute. Here we go. Beautiful. If you're all fancy and you have a resistance band with handles, it's great for something like this. But sometimes the resistance band can cut into your hand a little bit. That's why I made my loop, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. But if you find that you need to readjust your grip, feel free, because I know sometimes it can pull a little and be a little uncomfortable. Almost there. Time. Give those arms a little wiggle. And then off we go on the other side. Perfect. You got it. 10 seconds left. And done. All right, we're gonna remember the looping band this time. We're gonna take that looping band and slide it all the way up, right above our knees, not on the knee. Make sure you're being kind to your joints. We're gonna bring our legs apart and just keep a little bit of tension there while we're doing our twist. 1 minute. Here we go. Bringing it up. Just to one side, on the other, and right back down. Keeping those legs tight against the band the whole time. Beautiful. Slow and steady, keeping tension. Five more seconds. Time. Nice job. All right, sliding that looping band back down so that it is around the feet. We can do our march with our wide row. All right, here we go. Keeping your belly pulled in tight. Check in with your spine. You want to be reaching up through the crown of your head, keeping it nice and long. And then tucking the tailbone under just a little bit. So we're keeping our core engaged the whole time. 20 seconds to go. Take any breaks you need to. We're doing a lot with the back and shoulders today. And it's easy to underestimate those resistance bands. Like, oh, it's just a rubber band, I'll be fine. Time. But they actually provide a lot of resistance. That's what it's called, resistance bands. Grab some water. We still have 1 set left to go. All right, bringing it back in. Getting in position, for that banded deadlift. One minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember all the things that we talk about, breath and posture and all that, are all good points to form. But the main thing is just that you're showing up and doing the work. All movement is good movement as long as it doesn't hurt. So if you're not sure you're doing it exactly right, but you're not in pain, you know what? Go for it. You're doing amazing. 15 more seconds. Time. All right, moving into those slides. So change your hand grip, making that nice little extra to band, and then there we go. Beautiful. Might be starting to feel some of the work in your legs. Pressing firmly down into your heels and the balls of your feet. Keeping those legs active. We're doing that for all of our exercises. If you feel like not so much your arms or your back, but your legs, wiggle them out real quick. Just a little wiggle. And then get back to it. 10 seconds left. Time. All right. Tricep presses next. 1 minute. Here we go. Adjusting however you need to adjust at any point. Just move through your body. Perfect. Just 15 more seconds. Almost there. Time. All right, switching sides. Maybe give those arms a little wiggle again. And then we are ready. Perfect. Keep it up. You got this. You're more than halfway there already. And you're on your last step. Time. All right, putting that looping band back around your knees, above your knees, if you want to add that. Certainly don't have to. And now for our wide rows. Oh, sorry, not our wide rows, our twists. Why I write things down. Even though you're keeping tension through most of your body here, still shooting for breathing smoothly and evenly. If you find that your breath is not coming smooth, ease up a little, release a little of the tension until you can breathe comfortably. And then find that as your sweet spot. The most important thing you can do all day today and tomorrow and the day after is just breathe. Done. All right, last exercise. Bring that band around the feet for our march and now our wide row. One minute on the clock. Let's do it. Perfect. Pulling the elbows back. Using the shoulder blades together. Halfway done already. Super toughy, especially after the deadlift and the tricep press and the twist, all working the shoulders. Even though this one's a little more focused on your back, you're still going to be feeling it in your shoulders after the other work is done. 10 seconds left. Almost there. Done. Woo! All right. Get rid of those bands, move them off to the side, make sure your space is clear. Grab a little water, and then we'll do our final stretch. All right. Coming back in for our final stretch, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to start with just shrugging the shoulders up and then relaxing them down. Adding in the breath, shrug them up as you inhale. And then big exhale and drop them down. One more. And on your next inhale, breathe your arms up overhead. Hold forward. Let everything relax and soften down. And then come up halfway, just enough so that your hands are up off the ground. And let those arms swing in little circles. And then little circles go in the other direction. And then back down. Let everything soften and relax for a moment. And then roll all the way up. Arms up overhead. Lean to one side. Little side bend. And then lean to the other side. Just where it feels good in your body. And then coming back into the middle. Take one hand down towards the outside of the opposite leg, while the other hand still reaching up nice and tall. Take a breath here. And then come back to center and release to the other side. Take a breath here. And then come back to center. And from here, we're going to take one arm up and overhead, patting ourselves on the back. And if it feels good, add that little tricep stretch, just pulling your elbow towards the wall behind you. Trying not to arch your back, but check in if you're arching your back a lot. Go ahead and tuck your tailbone under and just relax into it for a moment. And then release and go to the other side. Big pat on the back. And then if it feels good, add that little stretch in. And again, check in with your posture here. You don't want to arch back. You want to be straight and long, but with the tail tucked under. And then release. One arm, reach it all the way across nice and long. And then we're going to look out over that shoulder, making sure that we're not rolling it up to our jaw. We're going to lower it as much as we can. One more moment. And then bring your head back to center and release. The other side. And then again, if it feels good, looking over that shoulder, making sure it's rolled down as far as you can get it with no pain. And then back to center and release. And then from here, we're going to take one foot straight out in front of us. Reach down with the same side hand. And you can reach towards your toes, your shin, your ankle, maybe even the floor, depending on what your range is. Just wherever you're feeling a good stretch to the back of that leg. And then you're going to take the other hand and reach over and across. Put the other hand wherever feels good. You can set it on the floor for support, on your lap. It doesn't matter. One more breath here. And then release. Come up nice and slow. And before we move to the other side, we're going to take that same leg and put it right over into a figure four. It can be above your knee or below your knee, wherever works for you. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall and just do that gentle lean forward. Taking just a moment. And then come up nice and tall. Set that foot back down. And we're going to switch sides. Heel out, toes up. Starting with the same side hand. Reaching towards whatever is in your reach. Whatever works for you. Stay here for just another moment. Maybe just one guitar riff. And then we're going to take the other hand and reach across to the outside of that foot again. Put the first hand wherever feels good to you. We're just adding a tiny bit of rotational stretching. Trying to make sure that that feels good after all the work we did today. And then release. Come right on up. And then take that other leg, figure for it, put it up nice and tall, and then that gentle lean. Feeling a stretch maybe in your hips, the back of your thighs, your lower back. Just depends on you and your body and where you're tight. One more moment here. And then come all the way up and release. And you are all done. Thank you so much for coming out to play today. I will see you on Thursday.